John Campi was born on February 23, 1917, and was the oldest child of Vincent and Amelia Campi, two Italian immigrants who had settled in Newark, New Jersey. As the family grew to 5 boys and 2 girls, it was difficult for them to make ends meet. John helped the family by shining shoes on a very dangerous street. After completing the 8th grade, John developed his fighting skills and brought in extra money for the family by winning boxing matches. He became a Golden Gloves champion in his division and turned professional for a short period of time. Eventually, John realized that he needed to get away from the gangster-type environment of the city, and so, during his teens, he began traveling with a carnival. After a few years, he met and began working for Jim and Mickey Sakoby. He fell in love with their daughter, and in 1941, John and Sis were married. World War II interrupted their marriage, and John left Sis and their newborn son, John Jr., to serve in the Army. During his military duty, John earned 2 Purple Hearts, one for the invasion of Normandy, the other in the invasion of Germany. In the 1950s, John and Sis settled in Florida. A second son, Michael, was born there. John was an agent for several owners before becoming his own boss. In the 1950s, he and 2 other partners became owners of the Bernard and Barry Show, which was a railroad show in Canada. In 1957, he joined the Johnny Denton Show and worked as the fixer, or patch. In 1962, the family moved to the Reithofer Show and worked there until 1980. During the 1980s, John and Sis were on the ACA Link shows, and during the 1990s, they traveled with their son Mike. John retired in 1999 and spent his retirement playing golf and enjoying his grandchildren. Over the years, John became known for being one of the best fixers or patches in the game. He was not only the president of the Miami Showmen's Association, but also the president of the Chicago and the St. Louis clubs. He was also one of the first presidents of the OABA to come from the front end. Because he was willing to represent so many groups of show people, he became known as an ambassador of goodwill in the business. Quoting John's son, Mike Campi.
When I look back on my father's accomplishments, I must say that he did pretty well in his field for having only an 8th grade education. He was the type of person that if you knew him, you couldn't help but to like him, and if you didn't know him, you wanted to. He was approachable, witty, and a good conversationalist. He had a big heart for people. He loved the carnival business, the travel, the people, and he loved to take a long time expounding to the Miami Showmen's Club of the wonderful advantages and benefits of the OABA.
John Campi served as president of the Outdoor Amusement Business Association in 1982. And tonight, February 11th, 2006, John Campi is inducted into the OABA Hall of Fame.